The ShakeUp, your number one mobile morning show.
It is the ShakeUp. Alex the Great.
Yours truly, MJ.
All righty then, MJ. All right, so yesterday we addressed some comments that were made over the weekend by Hot 97's Peter Rosenberg in reference to Tomi Lahren, who has who we all know. We took a whole hour and discussed her on this show once before. You know her from trolling your Facebook timelines, Instagram timelines. Black people, she likes to say, here's the deal. She is known for trolling, usually without merit or without basis. And it's very interesting the way that she attacks things and people and policies that she doesn't agree with, or not policies, principles that she doesn't agree with. Principles.
She's an uninformed 24-year-old with her own platform to coon.
I think uninformed is wrong. I think she's informed only on one thing, or on one side of things.
If she's on one side, then she's not fully informed.
Okay.
That's what uninformed is.
But you know what? I think that she does know. Like, she knows certain things. She refuses to acknowledge them. Because it's as if she knows, like, you know what a standard law is. You know what a standard principle is. You know what freedom looks like. You know what freedom looks like for you. So you know what freedom looks like. So we know a few months ago, what's his name, went on her show via Skype, and after giving her the donkey of the day. And recently, last week, she went on Trevor Noah's show and had a very interesting interchange. So there was a number of things that we caught from it, and I think what was more troubling was the fact that she is like a walking contradiction. But if you missed that Trevor Noah interview, this is what happened.
Like, why are you so angry?
I'm actually not that angry. It's just there's things that need to be said, Trevor, and a lot of people are afraid to say them.
In an angry way. I mean, you can't say you're not angry, and I mean, this is what you're known for. It's a strange thing to say, I'm not angry, but that is the one thing. It's like Ellen saying, I don't like dancing. It's like, yeah, you do, Ellen, you do. You are angry about everything, it seems.
Sometimes people just need to be called in their you know, I mean,
when you say that you're the what in particular? Well, this is the thing.
Protesting a fair and free election. That to me, you get called in your a little bit. It's time to clear the streets. It's time to accept reality. It's time to move on. Time to make America great again.
You consider yourself a conservative?
I do.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a millennial, so I don't really like labels. But yes, I'm conservative in thought.
Sorry, my brain. You just gave a label to say you don't like labels. But anyway,
we exist on a spectrum, Trevor. I mean, would you consider yourself a liberal?
That was just funny. That was just funny. It was just a funny moment.
I'm a millennial. Surprise you.
It's just funny.
All right, so we'll just stick with that. That was
hilarious.
That's just the beginning of her contradicting herself in the 25-minute interview that she did with Trevor Noah. So a lot of people watched this. They had thoughts. Some people felt like Trevor should have went a little harder. I think Trevor's subtle approach was kind of in line with who he is, and I think it kind of lined up exactly with what I expected from an interview from him.
Did good.
And then came the weekend, and some photos surfaced of both Trevor allegedly having a drink with Tomi afterwards at her hotel after the filming of her on his show, and also a photo that was taken of her and Charlamagne Tha God. And so lots of questions. You said what?
You sick?
Because I said it. No, I'm not sick.
Peter Rosenberg went off on both of them.
And so what did
for
Peter
hanging
say?
out with her. Okay, so he tweeted, "It's amazing that people are blind enough to think this dude is good for the culture." He was referring to Charlamagne. He said, "Please wake up," as he shared the TMZ article of Charlamagne and Tomi in New York City. Next, Rosenberg questioned why him and Trevor Noah gave her a platform in the first place. And they said, he tweeted, he added both of them. He said, "Anyone else want to help make this person more relevant as she mocks Black Lives Matter?" Come on, people. The top of the rant, Rosenberg took a jab at Charlamagne's alleged skin bleaching and shenanigans. He said the devil doesn't always wear horns and a shirt that says devil, guys. Sometimes he wears promo t-shirts and light foundation.
Was he actually insinuating that Charlamagne may in fact be the devil?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
okay.
exactly what he was saying. Calling a man the devil is one thing, but to accuse him of wearing makeup, bro, that's what he said. So,
you've done worse.
What?
Not for him specifically, but people make assumptions or generalizations, or as Tomi does very often, uninformed statements.
True. Okay, so over the weekend, the hosts DJ Envy and Angela Yee took Charlamagne to Breakfast Club Court, where they discussed the meeting and whether or not they thought it was cool for him to fraternize with someone who spews hatred towards the black community. And of course, yesterday I tried to parallel and give an example, like, of me going out to eat or something with Donald Trump. I gave the example of, okay, if I know about someone, whether or not I know them personally, because I don't know Tomi personally, I don't know Donald Trump personally. I know what they say. I know things they've said against people. Like, I know the type of person that they are. So getting to know them personally on a personal level, I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in being associates. I'm not interested in being friends with them. I'm not interested in going to have drinks or lunch with them. That's just me and my personal opinion. I'm not interested in that because I know the type of people that they are. It's the difference between us bringing them on our show and us interviewing them, and we can go toe to toe. But I'm not interested in that. That's just me. Because I know the type of person you are. I'm not interested in
This is who she is, though.
Exactly.
There's no question about that being. Like, who she is who we see, who she will continue to be.
Exactly.
And I feel like, and I have two comments on this, but I'm gonna let you finish before I come back.
In his defense, Charlamagne says he met with Tomi as a last ditch effort to explain to her that the rhetoric she expels on her show is not only misinformed but dangerous. He said, "Do you want diplomacy or do you want division?" Because that's when I say misinformed. When I told you she's a 24-year-old misinformed, you said no, maybe she's not. She doesn't understand. She thinks that everybody else that she talks about is causing the division. She doesn't believe that she's doing that herself with the things she says. Well, that's why I feel like I disagree with
misinformed.
I feel like she does know, and she just says it anyway.
Know, and that is the epitome of a troll.
And you feel like she just says it anyway.
That's the definition. She's the textbook definition of knowing. She's not only playing devil's advocate. She's playing devil's advocate in efforts to build her platform because she's insinuating that this is what she actually believes.
She said, he said,
well, and you know what? She may actually believe it. She still knows the other side, though. There's no way you're going to tell me. She factually addresses things. So she has to do, like, when you research these things, there are places that you can get one-sided research, but you are going to come across all of the facts.
For her to do this, she's contradicting herself this daily. Because you are misinformed. What you're saying that other people are doing, you're doing that. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if you don't understand. You are not a better person. For one, everybody doesn't agree with everything that she says. But the things that she is saying that other people are doing, she's doing it.
None of us agree. You're right.
That's what I feel like she doesn't understand. You're absolutely right by
saying none of us agree. There are people.
Some people.
There are people.
We know it's people who agree with her. I said some people
that agree
I
with
ain't saying all of us,
everything that comes out of her mouth.
Right.
I
So
told
he
you about
said-
those hashtags. They hashtagged them all together. Donald Trump, Diamond and Silk, hashtag Tomi Lahren, all together.
He said, I'm talking to Tomi because I care about the rhetoric that comes out of her mouth because she has influence. The narrative she paints about Black Lives Matter is dangerous. The same way people can hit her up on social media and tell her how wrong she is, I can meet with her in person and tell her the same things. I don't like talking about people. I like talking to them. Now, when he said that, it all came together for me. Because...
So you felt like he was Martin Luther the King.
Okay, let's not put words in my damn
here
mouth.
to join forces.
Let's not put... No, he didn't say he was joining forces. Let's be very clear and let's not switch on my words and let's not put words in my mouth.
Go ahead.
He said, instead of just like we sit here and are talking about her now, he went straight to the horse. He didn't have to say that was true what he said. People go on social media and at her and talk about her. Well, I'm actually going to tell you, look, listen. What you don't understand is what you are saying is dangerous. You're right. He was right. She does have influence. God help us. She has influence on people.
Okay.
People listen to her. People support her. So she does have influence on people. That's what I'm saying. That's the point he was trying to get across. Because you have that influence on people, you have to be careful about what you say. Because circle back again.
Going back to what Rosenberg says, though, there's no logic behind. I understand that you were, instead of adding her, you're going to have this conversation with her. Mm-hmm. But there's no logic in having this conversation with her. I think that's the point that Rosenberg was trying to make in the first place.
What do you mean there's
Why
no
are
logic?
you trying to have a conversation with somebody that's not going to listen? Because she's a troll. This is her goal. And whether you tell her that it's dangerous or not, she's not interested in making a change. I completely get if this is what he's saying that he's trying to do. Maybe even if this is an attempt to save face and say, oh, well, no, guys, I was just trying to let her know.
He also said that he and Tomi are... To say that him and Tomi are friends is an over-exaggeration. But he doesn't believe that Tomi Lahren is racist. Instead, he believes that the 24-year-old is misinformed. He said, I chose to inform her. I didn't know if... he said, I don't know if change is going to come or not. I just know I did my due diligence and had that conversation with her. He closes by saying, if Tomi continues her reckless comments towards Black people and the Black Lives Matter movement, F her. So basically what he's saying is we sit here and talk about these people.
I'm not buying it, though.
About what they say and all this. He took it upon himself. Okay, I'm going to have a little sit down with her. I'm going to say this. Just so you know. Now, I know she knows from reading the comments from everybody in America.
That's what I'm saying. That's still Rosenberg's point. She already knows what she's doing. So you took it upon yourself to be the one to be the informer.
Sometimes, listen, if you posted something, and for one, we don't always read all the comments that we get.
I don't read those comments.
We don't always read all the comments. And imagine if somebody commented and sent you this whole big spiel about something you said, and I sat down with you and said basically the same exact thing. You're gonna listen to me. You're not gonna listen to them because it's some random person on social media.
But she doesn't have that relationship with him.
Okay.
Or does she?
Let me give you another example.
Or does she?
Not me. Let me give you another example then. Let's see. Steve Harvey.
Okay.
If he sat down and basically had the same conversation with you.
To tell me that my comments were reckless and divisive.
If he had
and my rhetoric was
conversation
out of control,
if it was something that he didn't, it was something that people didn't agree with that you were saying, but somebody on social media asked you, people on social media ask you all the time and tell you the same thing, but he sits down and talks to you personally. You don't know him personally. Y'all don't know each other. But what if he sits down? Maybe he has some kind of influence on you. Hell, maybe Charlamagne has some kind of influence over her. So if he sits down and talks to you 9 times out of 10, you're going to actually listen to what he has to say.
Maybe she listened. I still don't buy it though. I don't buy it. Because
that's just what his response was.
And I feel like that's a fair saving face response. That is apropos for even after having that conversation. So yeah, then y'all just post. Y'all post up.
So you mad they
you
took
post up? No, I'm not mad that they took a picture, but I'm saying
sometimes you have to take care of what it looks like, and you take care of what it is.
Okay, but a picture can
it's worth 1,000 words.
It's worth a million in this case. You don't really have to say much. He posed for a picture with her in the same way that he poses for pictures with his co-host. Mm-hmm. Let it speak for itself. The picture spoke to me. He didn't really have to.
And what did the picture say to you?
The picture spoke to me and said, look, we do what we do, but we cool. And I think that's fine if you are. See, this is where I am. I'm on the other side of it. It's absolutely fine for you to have a different opinion and for you to be you to be in cahoots or in relationship with people. Not only at other networks. Think about what we do. Other people, other networks, people upstairs. It's fine for you to be in relationship with them. Mm-hmm. And I think it's fine for you to have. And if that's what it is, I feel like it's better for you to just own that. It's not fine, to Rosenberg's point, for you to be in cahoots with somebody that is against the culture, and you be somebody that claims to put.
What exactly is in cahoots? Because I'm just saying, like, in cahoots, like, so you're planning or you're doing something with them, or as he explained, he sat down and had a conversation.
You know what? Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was an innocent picture. In my thought behind it, like when you look at the picture.
Okay, let me give you another example.
In fact, let me see if I can pull up a picture of you and I posed the exact same way.
Think about this.
I'm thinking.
What if Tomi had came on the show and we took a picture with her, as we do with all of our guests?
I can guarantee you that I probably wouldn't even want that picture public. I would allow the picture that was public of her being on our show.
What would you think before this?
No,
I can't even ask you because this something already happened. Yeah, but I guarantee we would have taken the picture and posted it. We would have taken a picture with her. If she came on our show and we interviewed her, we would have taken a picture. Let me ask you this.
Are there pictures that we haven't posted?
About the interview?
Are there pictures that we haven't posted?
There is pictures, but I know we would have. So that's like people.
Do you think I would have been
take out of context like the picture? But she was a guest on our show. We took a picture. We would probably post that picture for promo so people can listen to the interview.
I gotta go with my gut. We
would post that picture so people can listen to, because it will probably be a controversy. It will be a crazy interview. We would have posted that picture so people can watch the interview and listen to the interview. We would have.
To that point, though, I think that.
So that's like somebody. This is telling. Pose the same way.
But this is telling about us, though. We have certain pictures where we're all hugged up with our guests, and certain pictures where we're not. I think people can draw their own conclusions and assessments from that. If Tomi was in here and we were taking a picture with her, I promise you she wouldn't be touching me.
We would do the meek pose. That's what she did. That's what they both did. Meek pose.
All right. Like I said, I got to go with my gut.
And what's your gut telling you?
Nah, bruh.
Okay. Well.
Nah, bruh, because like specific to what. To be honest, he doesn't need anybody's approval to do what he felt was doing best.
True.
So I feel like if that's what he did, that's what he did. Only time will tell, but I'll stand by what I said yesterday. In instances like these, more often than not, especially, and I think maybe it's just from what you see people that can be at rivals in rival a rival type business, I would consider Tomi a rival of somebody. She's somebody that believes she speaks truth, and we're somebody that believe that we speak truth. He's somebody that believes that he sits there and speaks truth, and it is what it is. Again, I believe that you can have a relationship with somebody that has completely opposite views of you, and I feel like in some instances you should, because that keeps you with an open mind. I think her specifically, let's just see how she spins this. Let's see how it plays out. Because I think her specifically, it's one thing to have, and I have tons of conservative friends or colleagues that I know that work at like conservative networks. I have one friend that works at Fox News. Clearly, we don't see eye to eye very often.
Right.
Nothing that they do or nothing that I've seen him do is deliberately divisive and targeted. And it's almost like a form of blasphemy against anybody that's not white, blonde, and blue-eyed. And you can watch video after video after video after video of her and that same BS. I would do it. If he feels better about himself, though, I'm all for it.
What if he is taking the approach of, okay, so you know how
Michelle Obama's approach?
Everyone thinks that
she goes low, so he went high.
People who don't agree, no, shut up. People who don't agree with us, we should sit down because maybe they don't see what we see or how we feel, so we should sit down and talk to people. So, do you think like we should go against that, what everybody has been talking about sitting down, having the discussion with people? If you are spewing out hate and division and you're part of the problem, we should just write you off. We shouldn't even try to reconcile and come to a common ground. We should just write you off as you're a lost cause.
I don't agree with that at all.
Should we do that with everybody?
I don't agree with that. And
so you think there should be
not
an
what
attempt
we
to
have
talk to
done,
people?
and that's not. He did talk to her. He went on her show.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying like him talking to her, having this personal get together. Well, I think he just talked to her maybe, because she was supposed to come on the show and they canceled. So he felt like, okay, we didn't get this interview in, but I need to let you know something.
In the same vein, would you sit down because you've said repeatedly that if you see her, she's going to catch these hands. So in that case, in that same vein, would you sit down with Donald Trump just to let him know that the things that he is doing as president-elect, like, would you sit down with him? And I wouldn't do it. Because I don't feel like there's any point. Donald Trump's not going to change.
A lost cause.
Exactly.
That's what I just said. That's what I asked. So do you feel like some people are lost cause and we just shouldn't even try to reconcile? Like, we should just let them, and especially the people who have one important thing about what he said is she has an influence. She has a platform. So not just, common Joe Schmo who a lot of people really don't know. You can talk to him because he feels like the same way as Tomi, but she actually has a platform where she's getting her message out to the masses. And people are like, you know what? Yeah, that's right. Oh, so he's trying to say, well, listen, because people are actually listening to you. You have an influence. Maybe if they didn't even think how she believes before, they do now because she talks with so much conviction. And the way she delivers her message, she makes people feel like what she's saying is true. The same thing
can be said about Donald Trump, though. He has
That's
an influence. Rudy Giuliani.
I know.
Like, there are people that are just fans, and I would say that up until
should we attempt to
Tomi Lahren coming into my life via Facebook, Donald Trump and his last 18 months, I think there's a list of people that I feel like are definitely lost causes. at this point, I have to side with you on let's just do a mass cleanse. There's people that we have to get rid of because I'm not gonna sit there and have that conversation because Tomi is not. Think about it. If you think about it, it's bigger than what she's just done in the last 18 months. She's 24, so she needs a career for the next 30 years.
Right.
She's not gonna get a career by coming to the other side. So she's not gonna stop. She's not. She needs this career. She needs this. So she needs to piss people off. She needs to go against the grain. She needs to say, listen, you black people, you're selfish. You need to sit down and shut up and be grateful or leave. And she's going to continue to say that and tell us that we need to get the hell out. And she's going to say it whether Charlamagne Tha God sits down with her, Barack Obama sits down with her, or you sit down with her. She's going to say the same damn thing. There is no change in that. Donald Trump has said the same damn thing for the last 18 months. When somebody talks about Donald Trump, what does he do? Twitter fingers like crazy. But when it comes to innocent black lives dying, does he have anything to say behind? When they say, oh, white supremacists support you, the KKK is supporting you, Donald Trump, does he respond? Hell no. So doing things for him. If he stops on the other side and says, you know what, I have a dream that one day he can't. For all, Donald Trump doesn't give a damn about you. He doesn't give a damn about Martin Luther King, and he don't give a damn about your black baby that you gonna have. You having no insurance. He does not give any dams at all. Tomi Lahren does not give a damn. The photo op did nothing but say, look, I'm bringing people to the other side. We don't know. Do you follow Tomi on her Instagram? Absolutely. Do you know what her caption said on that photo? See, these are the types of things that we need to know. These are the types of things that we need to. What was her perception of that meeting? Oh, Charlamagne set me straight, or we still had we are two people that disagree, because that's what she said about her and Trevor Noah.
That's what she said the first time when Charlamagne came on her show.
And that's what she said about Trevor Noah after that. We don't dislike each other. We are just two people that disagree. So again, I can't subscribe to the idea that he was just he was taking one for the team and doing one for the culture. I can't do it.
There it is.
That's all. If I don't say Tomi Lahren's name again until January 2017, I'll be good.
That's not a long time. But
it's long enough. Give me a 30-day cleanse. And make me white again. I want to be pure and white.
All right.
Said no black person ever.
When we come back.
So the fact that they're so pure and clean and cleansed. I've never met have you ever met one?
Met what?
I have never met somebody that said I just need to be white so I can be pure and clean.
No, I haven't. More of the Shake Up when we come back. Check in with us 1-844-99-SHAKE.
1-844-997-4253 at the Shake Up AM on Twitter and Instagram. Clearly, my spirits need to be lifted. Yours probably need to be lifted as well. Let's do something about that. Bring a little joy in here. A little holiday cheer.
You about to play Joyful World?
I'm not playing because I'm not ready to shout. Destiny's Child, 8 Days of Christmas on the Shake Up.
You're listening to the Shake Up, your #1 mobile morning show.
You know, Christmas was made for the children.